right, we're on Keilim, Perek Gimel, Mishnah Hey, fifth Mishnah, in the third chapter, Masechet Keilim. Says the Mishnah, Tofel Kli Cheres Habari. Kli Cheres, we're talking about earthenware vessels. So you have your cup or your jug or what have you, and your tofel. Tofel means that you shmear on an outside layer. Okay, you stuck on other stuff, mud or dirt. You have an outside layer because you want it to shore it up. But it's bari, it's healthy. So the question is like this. So the Bartenura says, Im nitma kli ba'aviro. So remember, theoretically, I have to bring a jug, a cup here, so you'll know kli cheres. You have a kli cheres, and we said it could be tamei ba'avir. That if a sheretz, goes into the kli, then it's tamei ba'aviro. Okay, so the question is the following. So now I have the kli itself is tamei. So if food or drink touch the outside of the kli, I've got food, and if the food touches the kli, then the food becomes tameh. That's what the Mishnah says. Im nitma bartunur, im nitma klei ma'aviro, tamei im ochlim umashkim shinaga b'tfeilah. So now the kli itself. So now the question is, when I shmear on this outside layer, so now I shmear on, we'll fake my shmear. I shmear on this outside layer to shore it up because the Keilim, they wanted to have a kli, it was worth money, so I could take mud and shmear it on, and it would be stronger. So now the food then touches the mud, touches the dirt. Is that tofel, is that extra layer considered part of the kli? So if the kli becomes tameh, where'd my pen go? If the kli becomes tameh, right? The kli becomes tameh. So now, if you touch the kli, then the food becomes tameh. But if you touch the shmear, is that shmear part of the kli or not? That's the question in the Mishnah. Hatofel kli cheres habari. Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Shimon mitam'in. They say yes, if food or drink touches the shmear, then that food or drink is tamei. Also, that the shmear is part of the kli. The shmear is part of the kli. The chachamim say, well, it depends. Hatofel tabari tahor. If you shmear the kli, right, when it's still like a healthy kli, then the extra is not part of the kli. But the ra'ua means a weakened, a falling apart kli, then tamei. Then the shmear becomes of the part of the kli. The davka kli ra'ua. If it's a falling apart kli, then it needs that shmear. Hu dechashiva tefeilah kli. Then the shmear is part of the kli. And then if it's a weakened kli, then the food touches the shmear, then it's tamei. But But if it's a healthy kli and you're just shoring it up, then it's not considered part of the kli itself. V'chein b'chiduk hakeruya. The same thing is true. Chiduk is the clinging, the strengthening of the kiruya. What's a kiruya? Says the Bartenura. Okay, a kiruya is a delat yevesha, a dried out gourd. V'chalula, it's hollowed out. Sheshoavim b'mayim, they would use it to draw water. Urgilim lahadeg sbivotea beigul shel eitz o shebazel, and they had this bind they would use like a wood or metal bind. They would put here, I'll show you what Rabbi Posen writes. Okay, he draws. Okay, they would take a gourd and they would stick this had a rope connected here, and they would stick a stone in it. Why would they stick a stone in it? So that it would go down to the bottom of the well and it would fill up with water. Otherwise, the gourd would just go on the top. So in order to strengthen it, they would have this band around, this wood band. So if the gourd, it's now a kli. So if the gourd becomes tameh, is the band, if a food touched the band, is the band tamei or not? So says the Bartenura, v'chein, the same machloket is true. Okay, kishem shenachlu Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Shimon. Just like I argued about tefillat bari, so the question is, right, why did you put your band around your kiruya? And again, they were so resourceful. This is what they used in order to draw water. Why not use a gourd? Yeah, a beautiful gourd, I can make a bucket out of it. We don't throw away gourd peels. Who would waste something like that? Anyway, so the same thing is true. The machloket, so let's look, I made a little chart, okay? Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Shimon says, if it's a holy kli, if it's a bari, healthy kli, tameh. Also, the same thing is true of the kiruya. If it's healthy, it's also tameh. Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Shimon say it's always part of the kli. And Chachamim say, no, it depends on why you put it on. If you put it on a healthy kli, or a kiruya that's healthy, then the outside, then the shmear or the band is not part of the kli. But if it's fallen apart, then it is part of the kli. All right, we'll stop here and dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.